Well, it's February here in southern Massachusetts, not too far from the coast, and we found a few opportunities to get out when the weather warmed up a little bit and check out a couple of the fields nearby. On this first outing, when I got to the little field on this one farm that I look at, every couple of months or so, it was washed down quite a bit. And as I got to the edge of one little dirt pile pushed to the side, I came upon this piece. So that was a start. It looked good. And so I kept on going and moved off of the field up onto the adjoining hillside that had eroded down during the winter. And as I got towards the top of the hill, a little piece was sticking out of the side. It looks like the base of a little late paleo lanceolate point. So put that in the pocket and headed on around to the other edge on the other side of the field and saw another piece that had just eroded out. And this material is rather crude. It's called Lockatong argillite. It has its source in New Jersey, and it's the base of an ovoid knife. So that was a start, and then a little while later had an opportunity to check out another field. Now, this was a field I'd never looked in before because it's been a hayfield for a number of years, but as I came on by this particular day, I saw that it was open, washed down, took a walk out towards the back corner, and lo and behold, walked up on something. Now that's a nice little point. It's classified up here as a snappet point, dating to around 8,000 to 9,000 years ago. And here's a little closer view of it. So that was a pleasant surprise. Happy day when you walk up on something you weren't expecting. So I kept on just checking this field out a little bit. You can see it's a fairly good sized field. It's not bordering any water, but it has a couple of good possibilities. Has a nice rise, just worth checking out. And when I came back another day, I found a big quartz core back towards the back of the field. This was a 10-pound piece of quartz that had been knocked off, flaked off, and was being used for tool making. So that was another interesting find. I'm interested in whatever comes along. Then a few days later, out walking the dog, my wife and I were hiking a trail where we've picked up a couple of other artifacts and found a nice nutting stone, little depression in it, battered on one end. So hammerstone, nutting stone, but a nice piece. And here's some of the flakes that I picked up in the one field we were just in a minute ago where the big quartz boulder came from. A couple of tools, a nice ovoid scraper. Get a good look at it here. This was from the first field that I walked in the beginning of the video, a perfectly round stone that may have been a gaming stone. Just very odd to see it there. And here's the Lockatong argillite base, a tip of a knife, and the late paleo base. Just a couple of closer looks at that. And, in that new field, I also found a very interesting old antique bottle worth looking at. And so a final view of the snappet point after it was washed up. Wanted you to get a good look at that point. And, that was it over a course of about 10 days. And then, as always, you end up by the water's edge, and a whole flock of swans came up to say hello. Thanks for watching. Bye.